All right, folks. Good afternoon. It's me again, Miss Info, your lady in the know, lady on the go, Miss Info. You've reached the Information Nation, where knowledge is shared and wisdom exchanged for the betterment of a people. Okay, so if you've been following me, if you've been tuning in lately, I've been talking about Social Security. Okay. One of my viewers asked, what happens to that money when you die? Good question. I didn't know. Now I know, and so do you. It's not our money. Federal government can do with it what they want, when they want. It is a pay-as-you-go system. So anyway, some of you got mad with me. Some of you called me a charlatan, said anybody can go to Google, and I don't go to Google for my thought processing. I have a thought in my head. When I go to Google, it is to substantiate fact. That's it. All right? So we want to get that straight right now. Anyway, earlier we had a discussion about whose money is the Social Security funds that you have taken out of your payroll. Whose money is it anyway? Now, in my mind, I figured you took it out of my check. I worked for it. It's my money. Not only did you take it out of my check, you took it out of my employer's check as well, meaning he or she also paid into Social Security. It's a 50-50 split. Okay? So, what is actually taken out? 6.2% is your portion, and 6.2% is your employer's match, for a total of 12.4%. However, there's a cap. Only the first $168,600 is taxed. Income that you've earned above that is not taxed. Really? So the millionaire, or even the guy that makes $200,000 a year, he only has to pay tax on $168,600. Everything after that is tax free. Let that sink in for a minute. So here's the breakdown. If you earn $50,000 a year, you pay $3,100 into Social Security. Your employer pays $3,100 into Social Security. That's $6,200 a year, one worker. Over 20 years, that's $124,000. Over 30 years, $186,000. I worked 30 years. I worked 30 years. I'm not going to tell you what my salary was, but I can assure you I made more than $52,000 a year. Okay. However, I am not going to realize $186,000 in my lifetime. I already know that. And we also know that the money doesn't transfer. My family won't be getting it. My daughters, my children, my grandchildren. It goes back into the pot. Here's a good fact. More than $1 trillion is paid into Social Security every year through payroll taxes. $1 trillion. I can't even count that high. That's about, give or take, 180 million workers. 180 million. I don't think we got that many people working. But that is how Social Security is funded. The funds, however, go into payment for the current eligible retirees. As soon as they get the money, it's spent. Now, the pressure on the system is coming from fewer workers per retiree. It used to be 5 workers for every 1 retiree. Now it's 2 workers for every 1 retiree. People are living longer. And young people ain't working. A lot of them are entrepreneurs or content creators or musicians or actors or basketball players, sports. I'm sure they have taxes taken out. But remember what I told you, Social Security caps at $168,600. Think they paying into Social Security? Anyway, at that point, when you're making that kind of money, you have a financial advisor who's got you all figured out. Everything is straight for you. It's us little guys, who have to jump through hoops. Social Security is definitely not the way to go. It is not a savings plan. But who told us that? Nobody. We figured Social Security was there. I get a job, I work my butt off, I pay into it, and I'll be taken care of. Not hardly. It doesn't keep up with inflation. Trying to see when's the last time we got a COLA raise. Listen, if you want to know your exact earnings, you can go to ssa.gov, create an account, and check your numbers. SSA, Social Security Administration.gov. Create an account and check your numbers. You should do that anyway. Make sure you're getting paid for everything that you worked for. I worked back when I was a youngster in a summer youth program. It was taxed. Not heavily, but it was taxed. And when I looked, I didn't see that, because as far as I'm concerned, that's when I first started working. You could get that job at 14. I think I got mine at 15, but by the age of 18, I was an emancipated minor. I went to my local government, state, and told them I was taking care of myself anyway, and therefore I should be treated as an adult. And so I sued for emancipation and won. So I've been emancipated, meaning taking care of myself, didn't have to come in on curfew. I was working several jobs, but I was working since I was 15. Yeah. So anyway, I find it fascinating that all the money I make is taxed, but somebody who makes over the threshold, say $200,000 a year, only pays taxes on that little bit. That doesn't make any sense to me. Who wrote this playbook? And why aren't we fighting it? So here's the real fight, or the pushback. Whenever we ask about raising or eliminating that cap, that means more tax for the higher earners. Or possibly tax all your income. There are arguments for it, and there are arguments against it. And pretty much the arguments for it, of course, are I won't have to pay as much. You know, the arguments against it is, I'm going to pay too much. It's been going on like this for over 80 years. And, you know, the likelihood of it changing, it's probably not going to happen. There is a third alternative. We could cut benefits. You can cut benefits by raising the retirement age or reducing monthly payments. Who wants that? I talked about the COLA increase. The last time we got a COLA increase was this year, January 2026, at 2.5%. You know how much more it gave us? About $40 or $50. $40 or $50 more. I didn't even look and see, because you know it's automatic. It goes automatically into my bank account. So I didn't even look to see how much more it was. But $40 or $50 is about the average that COLA gave us at 2.5%. I think we had one back in 2008 or something, and it was the highest that I'd ever read about. I was still working at that time, but I think it was at 3.2 or 3.5%. Listen, the bottom line is Social Security is not a savings account. It won't sustain you. Even with Social Security, you need a pension. Thank God I've got both. But if you don't have a pension and you're only relying on Social Security, it's a crapshoot. Because if anything happens to it, you are done. If they reduce it and you're barely making it now, what's going to happen if they reduce it? If they cut it out? Which, don't go saying Miss Info told me that they're cutting Social Security. I didn't say that. What I said was, what would happen if they did? There was a group of people in Detroit, Michigan. They were pensioners. They thought they was going to be retiring and pulling their money down. The state of Detroit went bankrupt. And in order to pull themselves out of bankruptcy and in order to become solvent again, they took the pensioners' money, all of it. Told them they'd give it back when they were straight, or they made some kind of deal with them. But who would have thought it? So don't think that you are sitting on easy street. Social Security is volatile at best, because it depends on how many people pay into it in order for it to continue to be funded. All right, you can take that to the bank. This is probably part 3 in a series, because I've talked about it before. I don't know if I need to go any further. If I do, send me a comment. Let me know if you want to know more about Social Security. Oh, yes, there's more to know about Social Security and Medicare. That's another can of worms. In the meantime, remember, you don't know what you don't know. You better ask somebody. Take care.